happy freaking rainy autumn. I have to be honest. I love the reason I love living in Auckland in particular is some of you might be throwing eggs at me right now. It's not the traffic. It's not why I love living in Auckland. I love living in Auckland, or in particular New Zealand, is because I really dig the 4 seasons. So I really like the fact that we get summer, autumn, spring and summer. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm going to be talking about today is what's come out of my journaling for me today. So I'm going to actually talk about that. So today when I woke up and I took the dog for a walk and the kids had gone off to school, I was like, I've got a really cool to-do list today. And I wasn't feeling it. I was like, really like, let's just go hang out and do nothing, Nat. And I was like, I'm all for resting, and rest is the new hustle and taking it easy on yourself. But I've done a lot of that. So I know that I actually just had a little bit of ego resistance. We all get it. So it's about just what do you need to do to get over that. So, I went to a cafe, grabbed a coffee, and I did some very basic journaling. Like my brain just wasn't in the mood for some big hardcore journaling. So I just started with what I was grateful for, what I wanted some more of, and then boom, that just brought me straight back into alignment and reminded me of all the, it just made me feel appreciation. So when you change your vibrational state, it helps you get back on track. And because it's sort of a crappy day, and I'd been at the beach and I was a bit windswept and a bit filthy actually, something my mother's always taught me is, and when I was having children, and when you're at home a lot by yourself, was get up every day, have a shower, make yourself feel good, put some nice clothes on, do whatever. I'm not trying to say be materialistic and make yourself have to look good, but it's kind of like when you feel good and you think you look good, then you have this different energy, right? So that's how I started my morning, and I wanted to share that with you because, I don't wake up every day with freaking gun-ho energy and I'm like, whoop, whoop. I have to warm up, like all of you. I've got to warm back up into it. Some days, those, I really listen in to see if I do need to kind of rest and pull back and hear, the real messages from my soul, not just driving action from my ego. I always want to make sure that if I am hustling hard, that it is alignment action and not coming from a deep program. So I wanted to bring about today a discussion around, there's me talking, but I'd love your thoughts and comments here later, about if you know that you're here for more, okay, and those are the people I work for, that work with me, that they know that they're here with a message, even if their message is delivered through a product or a service, they just know that they're here for more. That when you go to a workshop or you go and do a program, 3 things happen. Number 1, you learn something, right? You will always learn something. There's something you might go, oh yeah, cool, I didn't know that. But here's what actually comes out for you most importantly, but we don't talk about. Okay, so if you know you're here for more, you'll often go to a workshop or finish a program and think to yourself 2 things, right? Remember, I'm a truth speaker. I'm always going to talk about things that possibly we don't talk about, or things that I believe in. So 2 things will come out. So you think to yourself, wow, I could teach this, number 1. Number 2, I already know that. So 2 really big things that we actually don't sit there and talk about with each other. We go, oh my gosh, it was so amazing, it was fantastic. And it was, don't get me wrong. Absolutely always is. You always learn something, and it's always cool to network and see someone in their expertise. But there is those 2 things you walk away with when you are a leader and you're here for more, is you think to yourself, damn, I could do that. And what you're not saying is that person is useless and sucked. They've inspired you so much and reminded you of your truth that you too could stand on the stage. You too could run a workshop using your voice, your story, your knowledge, your skills, right? Even if it's the same subject, because I teach on subjects that there's hundreds and thousands of coaches, right? But most of you follow me because of how I give it to you, my style, right? So that's why you're feeling those feelings when you go and do yet another program, yet another workshop, where you actually should just stop, work on your own shit, learn to work through your resistance and the ego that's stopping you from going out and doing it yourself. So number 1, you think, wow, I could teach this too. Number 2, you think to yourself, I already freaking knew that. Again, not in an ego way that person isn't good enough who you went to pay and watch or pay for the program, when you know you're here for more and you're a leader, you just think to yourself, why do I keep hearing the same stuff? Why is there no new stuff? It's because you already know what to do, but you're just not freaking doing it, right? And that's why I talk about the belief and the action, is that you will learn more when you actually expand yourself. You can't learn more if you're not actually taking that action, first of all, to expand, to create more space for it to come in. So if you walk away from workshops and done a program and you think those two things, that's totally okay. And it's actually part of your journey to know that you are on the right track. That yes, you can teach that too. So start doing it. And number two, if you already know the stuff that you got taught, go freaking do it. There isn't a magic program. There isn't a magic funnel. There isn't a magic anything. The magic's you. Oh my God, my finger came out. It's because I'm like, rah, rah, rah. I'm trying to get you to see that is the fundamental difference between you bringing the money in, is that you are the magic. You yourself. That you've got to, at some stage, look, you never stop learning. You've just got to make sure you've got that balance of actually doing what you're here to do. So I wanted to bring that about today and talk about that, you know, those are some real feelings that come up for people who are leaders and who are here for more, who are still in their own way. They're stuck behind their own resistance, because what you actually need to be doing is stop going to more programs, stop going to more workshops, and sit with the silences of yourself through journaling and through, you know, not always being busy all of the time, and putting something else in front of why you aren't taking any action. This is short and sweet today, you know, short and sweet for me, which is it's probably been like 10 minutes or something without me knowing. I'd love to know your thoughts below. You know that I'm here as a catalyst for your change, as a truth speaker. I want to talk about what we have in our heads but we don't put out there, because it's totally normal to feel like that after you've been somewhere, because it's the universe, it's your soul saying to you, see, you can do it. Yesterday I posted up about intuitive accountability. Your intuition will keep showing you, your soul will keep showing you what you need to be doing. If you don't listen, it will literally drop you to your knees or freeze your face like it did with me. It will literally stop you in your tracks if you don't start listening. Anyway, peeps, have a fantastic day. Get out there, get yourself energetic, get yourself in the game,